Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's topic, I'm going to be telling you some of those things that you can do to easily get pregnant very fast. If you're someone that has been looking for a baby and it's been difficult for you to get conceived, I'm going to be sharing you all of those tips in these videos that if you follow them or if you can do them, definitely it's going to increase your chance of getting pregnant. And if this is your first time watching me, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and for all my returning subscribers, I'm very happy to have you here. If you're new in this channel, you're highly welcome. My name is Yvonne, and in this topic I share health tips that are going to help you in your daily life. Thanks for always watching and thanks for always staying tuned. Hi, welcome guys. Like I discussed at the beginning of the topic, I will be sharing all of those tips that can easily make you to get pregnant very fast. Some people will say sexual position, some people will say you have to do this, you have to do that. Please just stay tuned. If you're definitely watching this video, I'm sure you have been trying to get pregnant or you have been trying numerous times and it has not been possible. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all the small tricks, all the things you are supposed to be doing. You might be equally trying or doing the wrong thing actually. So stay tuned and keep watching. The first method I will tell you in this video is that you need to know your menstrual cycle very well. I keep emphasizing on this. You cannot be trying to get pregnant, you cannot be looking for a baby, and definitely you don't even have a clue about your menstrual cycle. You don't know when your menstrual cycle is starting, you don't know when is your fertile window within your menstrual cycle, you don't know when you're ovulating, when your egg is being released, all of that. For you to be able to get pregnant very fast, you need to know your menstrual cycle length, especially for couples or partners that are very far apart or that they get to see each other once in a while. So if you know your menstrual cycle length, you can equally plan when is the best time for you to have sexual intercourse. Let me say, for example, your husband lives in Nigeria and the wife is in Cameroon, and they get to see each other just once in a month, and these couples, they have been struggling to get pregnant. And maybe the husband tend to visit the wife when maybe, let me say, the wife just finished her fertile window, or maybe the wife has not yet reach her fertile window, and when the husband comes, they do one or two things and he leaves, expecting the wife to get pregnant. If they keep trying like this, even in the next 2 years, definitely the wife is not going to get pregnant. So that's why I say you need to know your menstrual cycle very well. So if you know your menstrual cycle very well, you know the length of your menstrual cycle, you also need to know when is your fertile period within your menstrual cycle and when is your safe period within your menstrual cycle. So knowing all of this will make you to know when is the best time for you to focus and have sex within your menstrual cycle. And maybe if you don't want a baby, you will know when is the best time for you to have unprotected sex. So these are the things you have to focus on. That's why you have some married couples, they'll keep trying. You might just be trying at the wrong time. So if you want to get pregnant very fast, kindly know your menstrual cycle and please do have sexual intercourse within your fertile window. Your fertile window is the time in which your ovulation is occurring. That is the time in which your egg is released from your ovary and it comes down to your fallopian tube, waiting now for the sperm to come in and fertilize the egg. So if you know your menstrual cycle, you know your fertile window, and you know exactly when your egg will be released, definitely it will be very easy for you to get pregnant. I did a video on how to calculate your menstrual cycle length, on how to calculate your fertile window, your safe day, and your ovulation day. So I'm just going to drop the link below. You can equally watch that to help you understand how to calculate your menstrual cycle, your safe day, and all of that. And the next thing I'll be talking about is for couples that during sexual intercourse they tend to use lubricants. Definitely you need to know the kind of sexual lubricant to use. There are some lubricants that are going to make the sperm very weak, or some of them are even going to kill the sperm. They are not sperm friendly. You cannot be looking for a baby, then you go maybe to the pharmacy, or maybe you go to any grocery or store, then you get some kind of lubricants that are going to affect the sperm. Definitely you don't know what you are doing. So if you are looking for a baby and you want to have sex, and maybe as a result of vaginal dryness you want to use some sexual lubricant, always go for sperm friendly lubricant. An example of a lubricant you can use, always go for fertility friendly lubricant. Some people, they will tend to use saliva, they tend to use olive oil and all of that. All of those things, they tend to weaken the sperm, or some of them even cause the sperm to die. They are not very strong. An example of a lubricant you can go for fertility friendly lubricant that contain hydroxyethyl cellulose, or you can also go for an oil-based friendly lubricant. Most of these, they are friendly to the sperm. They don't really have any effect or side effect on the sperm. But for other lubricants like saliva, water, some people even go for olive oil. All of these, they tend to have a negative effect on the sperm. Some of them will weaken the sperm, they will kill the potential of the sperm, or they even kill the sperm completely. So when this happens, it reduces your chance of getting pregnant faster, or it makes it difficult for you to easily get pregnant. So always take note. So the next point I'll be talking about is for you to take your vitamins and supplements. There are some supplements that if you are planning to get pregnant, you have to be taking them. For example, like the folic acid, you have to take folic acid 3 months before even getting pregnant. So, but for example, let me say you just got pregnant today, you need to start taking your folic acid immediately. So if you're someone that has been trying to get pregnant, you have to start taking, or if you're someone who wants to get pregnant like in the future, or maybe in 3 months time, you have to start taking your supplements. The most important one is the folic acid. Your doctor might also give you some other kind of vitamins and many other kind of supplements, but the most important one you are supposed to be taking is the folic acid. This folic acid is going to help you. It's going to prevent your baby from spina bifida. This is one of the most common disorders that newborn baby tend to have. So it's very important for you to take your folic acid. It helps to prevent this condition, which is known as the spina bifida. Some newborn babies, when they give birth to them, they tend to have this condition, and taking this folic acid supplement, it's going to help also prevent many other health condition that your baby might experience during birth, and it's also going to help in the brain development of your baby. So it's always good for you to take your supplement, take your folic acid and any other vitamin that is being given to you by your doctor if you're planning to get pregnant. So the next point I'll be talking about is that you have to stop smoking. You have to stop drinking. If you're someone who loves smoking and you have been trying to get pregnant, you have to stop it. So if you are trying to get pregnant, you're that person who loves smoking, please do stop smoking. Smoking comes with a lot of side effects. Even if you get pregnant, it's going to affect the development of your baby, and it might lead to other birth defects. So you have to stop smoking, and also you have to stop alcohol. Alcohol is going to affect your baby in many ways. So it's going to affect your baby development, brain development, and it might lead to many other birth defects. So please do stop your smoking, stop alcohol. The next I'll be talking about is your diet. If you're planning to get pregnant, or if you are trying to get pregnant, you have to cut down on carb intake. Like you have to eat more of vegetable. Go for mostly fresh foods. Avoid eating too much carb. You can take more of vegetable, protein food. It's going to help you build your body also, and help you also, and it's going to also limit you from gaining a lot of weight. So all of this you have to avoid. And another thing you have to limit the intake is caffeine intake. If you are trying to get pregnant, limit your intake of caffeine. You can take just a cup a day, but please don't depend so much on caffeine. All of this might also affect you. So cut down on this and see how it's going to help you positively in order for you to get pregnant. The next I'll be talking about is you need to visit a fertility doctor. Yes, if you are someone with an irregular menstrual cycle, if you are someone who is more than 35 years old, if you are someone having some kind of underlying medical condition, you need to visit a fertility doctor. If you want to get pregnant, please kindly visit a fertility doctor. Or if you are someone that has been trying for more than 1 year to get pregnant and it has not been possible for you, kindly visit a fertility doctor. If you are someone with an irregular menstrual cycle, especially when you don't know the underlying condition of that irregular menstrual cycle, it's good for you to visit a fertility doctor. Irregular menstrual cycle usually comes as a result of many factors. I did a video regarding the different causes of irregular menstrual cycle. You can watch it and it's going to help you. For example, if your irregular menstrual cycle is as a result of stress, maybe vigorous exercise, maybe change in your diet and many other things, you can equally adjust that. But if your irregular menstrual cycle is as a result of an underlying medical condition, maybe ovarian and many other things, maybe fibroid, it could be as a result of many other medical conditions. So you need to visit a doctor in order to sort that out so you can easily get pregnant. So those are the things you have to take note. If you're someone who is under the age of 35 years and for all this while you have been struggling to conceive numerous times and it has not been possible for you, you need to visit a fertility doctor ASAP, because it's not normal. It could be as a result maybe of any other medical condition, maybe ovarian cyst. It might be as a result maybe your fallopian tubes are blocked. It might even be as a result of maybe you are not ovulation is not taking place, or maybe your ovaries are not producing matured egg, or it could equally be as a result from your partner. Maybe your partner has a low sperm count or many other factors. So if you're under 35 years old and you have been trying to conceive numerous times and it has not been possible, meanwhile you are not seeing any other external factor that is disturbing you, you need to visit a fertility doctor ASAP. And then the next point is that if you are more than 35 years and above and you have been trying to conceive consecutively for a period of 6 months and it has been unsuccessful, you need to visit a doctor. The doctor have to check you. It could still be as a result of the fact that maybe you have blocked fallopian tube, it could be ovarian cyst, it could be fibroid, it could be as a result of any other medical condition. But first you need to check with your doctor. It could also be as a result of a medical condition from your spouse, so you have to check with a fertility doctor. The next point I'll be telling you about that you have to check with a fertility doctor if you are trying to conceive is your spouse need to check for semen analysis. You have to go to the hospital and the doctor is going to order for semen analysis. With that, your doctor is going to check if you have abnormal sperm, or if you have low sperm count, or any other abnormalities that might result from the sperm that your husband is producing. So with all of these, your fertility doctor will be able to tackle the underlying condition that is preventing you from not getting pregnant. So these are the things you have to do if you have been trying to conceive, or if you want to conceive very fast. Some people tend to also say that there are some kind of sexual position that is going to make you get pregnant fast. No, there is no sexual position that is going to make you get pregnant fast. Sperm is something that it's adapted. As long as your husband have sex with you and he ejaculates, the sperm are adapted irrespective of the sexual position your husband use, whether doggy style, whether missionary style. The sperm are adapted to always go in search of the egg. They know their way. They just need to be released. Even if your husband releases the sperm at the tip of the vagina, they are going to find their way. So for those that keep saying the kind of sexual position they are going to increase your chance of getting pregnant, that that doesn't really work. Some people will say after sexual intercourse you should lie on the bed for some time. No, that does not really matter. After sexual intercourse, you can equally go out, you move, you do your normal regular exercise, you can carry on with your day like nothing has happened. You don't need to have sex and after that you lie on the bed expecting that it's going to help channel the sperm to move up and fertilize the egg. Another thing people will tell you that it can easily make you conceive is that liquid that your man release, it's known as the semen. In that semen, that's where the sperms are. So some people will say when after sexual intercourse you should lie down in order to prevent this sperm from leaking out. That's the semen from leaking out alongside with the sperm in it. That doesn't really matter. What is leaking out is just the fluid. So most of the times the sperm cell, they must have gone up, and whether you are moving, whether you stand up, whether you lean, or some people will even say you should put a pillow behind your back and you raise your leg up. So all of those things, they don't really matter. After sexual intercourse you can continue with your normal routine exercise and do your things as normal. It's not going to affect it, or it's not going to increase your chances of getting pregnant. So all of those things, they don't really matter. So if you have been trying to get pregnant, these are the tips I've shared here in this video. Kindly follow them. Follow these tips and see how it's going to change in your life. But the most important one I keep saying is that you need to know your menstrual cycle. Knowing your menstrual cycle, knowing your ovulation will help you to get pregnant very fast. So those are my points I've mentioned. Stay tuned and please kindly like, subscribe. If this is your first time watching, please don't forget to subscribe, and please do stay safe and remember, I love you all. Ciao.